channel.
You sound like Mr. Crab.
It is there. Yeah, boy. Eddie and your girl.
I see what you saying now.
Yeah.
It's thin.
I told. But welcome to y'all
with another reaction video.
Yeah.
This time we will be reacting to weird addiction videos.
Yeah.
This video it says this crazy lady addicted to eating her own.
10 of the most ridiculous My Crazy Obsession episodes. People have strange addictions. From being in love with a car to eating a dead person's ashes. The obsessions are unlimited. Here are 10 of the most ridiculous obsessions to ever exist. Get ready to be thoroughly entertained. Watch until the end for the craziest. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Let's get it going. Number 1. In love with a car. Nathaniel, a 47-year-old man, is madly in love with Chase. They met 5 years ago in a yard sale. He felt an instant connection with him. He says it was love at first sight. All his life he had never felt this way. He had never before found true love. Chase was different. Chase was a car. Yes, you heard that right. He is madly in love with a car. He kisses and caresses his car as if you would to a real person. Kim, who is Nathaniel's roommate, thinks this is the weirdest thing she has ever seen. His relationship with his car is rather unique. They like the same music and enjoy doing the same things. He often
like
gifts his car, and as if it couldn't get any weirder, he sleeps with his car. He has an intimate relationship with the vehicle.
All of it is
I don't even understand how that's possible. His dad found out for the first time for the show, and he was in shock. According to medicine, he is suffering from objectophilia,
Don't be ashamed to be out
a
there.
condition where people fall in love with objects. Nathaniel is happy with his life at the moment and doesn't see any reason why anything should change. You must be thinking, what could possibly be worse than falling in love with a car? Well, we have more unbelievable addictions coming up. Continue watching. Number 2, balloon love. Julius has been addicted to balloons for the past 5 decades. This obsession started when he was 5 years old. He had been admitted into a hospital when his mother brought his first set of balloons. At night, the nurse came to take them away and accidentally popped one. This was so devastating that he cried himself to sleep. Today, he has more than 50,000 balloons in his home. Julius is so addicted that he can't sleep unless he is surrounded with them. He even has a room that is solely dedicated to storing his balloons.
That's like
he sleeps in this room every night and describes waking up there to feel as though he's waking up in heaven. His love for balloons goes further than this. He is also in an intimate relationship with them. Yikes! Sounds ridiculous, but it's true. He hasn't ever been in a relationship with a real person. Sometimes he goes around car dealerships to save balloons that have been tied up. He says doing this saves them from living a miserable life and dying before their time. The sound of a balloon popping depresses Julius. One woman is ready to choose her rats over her husband of years. Watch the full story right here next. Number 3, rat love. I love rats more than I love people. Chantel eats, lives, and breathes rats. She says they smell like nachos. She has 19 rats in her 2-bedroom home and treats them like her children. Each rat has its own name, has unique personalities, and have their own beds. Her son has accepted the creatures in their home and also refers to them as his siblings. But not everyone is up for the rats. Her husband simply doesn't like them around. The situation got so bad that Chantel had to move out from their family home with the rats.
I don't blame
her husband
man.
wasn't into her obsession and didn't like how she would randomly purchase new rats without consulting him. She says she would rather their relationship suffer than lose the rats. So she basically chose her rats over her 11-year marriage. When she cries, they lick her tears. How can her husband beat that? Twins are adorable when they do everything together. There is a fine line they shouldn't cross. Watch the story of the most ridiculous twins ever. Number 4, double trouble. Amy and Becky are identical twins, and they are addicted to being identical. Sounds normal. I mean, it's only natural for them. The problem is the lengths they are willing to go to remain exactly the same. The two take exactly the same amount of food. They literally measure the food before consuming it to ensure it's the same. They accompany each other on their dates with men, sleep in the same room, and don't spend more than 30 minutes away from each other. they once spent a night away from each other and they were hysterical about it. They vowed to never do this again. None of them have been in a long-term relationship in the last 20 years, and it doesn't bother them. They even go to work together. There's no separating these twins.
That's obsession.
Everyone has a right to deal with grief in their own way, especially if it's
I
a
know
loved one.
somebody who obsessed.
This woman has chosen the craziest way to deal with the pain. You won't believe what she did to her dead husband. Number 5, ashes are yummy. Cassie is a 26-year-old who carries her dead husband everywhere. She will take him grocery shopping and even go to the movies with him. She describes him as her soulmate. They got married 10 months after dating. The two had only been together for 2.5 years before he succumbed to asthma. While the pain was too much to bear, he got some consolation for having his ashes with her. Her obsession started when the urn opened and some ashes accidentally poured on her. She wasn't willing to wipe it off, so she decided to eat it. That's where all this craziness began. From then on, she's been eating the ashes at least 6 times a day. As of now, she has consumed about 1 pound of the husband's ashes. She isn't proud of her actions and is currently seeking help. There are crazy people amongst us. The next scene just shows how insane people really are. Number 6, the Wolf Girl. Lauren is a 19-year-old college student who loves wearing fur suits. She loves dressing up as a fur animal in public. Growing up, she has always been creative. One day, she went up to her mom and asked for some money to buy some fur fabric. This is where it all started. She said she is introverted and shy, but these suits give her so much courage. She had always been outgoing, but once her dad died, everything changed. There's a whole community of people who love wearing fur clothes. They call themselves the furry fandom. Her family is okay with her obsession, but they say it's getting out of hand. She went to see a therapist about it, and she concluded that her obsession is her way of coping or creating a shield between her and the world. So, she has created a suit that reflects who she wishes to be. Most people would want to be successful and rich in the future, but not this girl. She is looking forward to turning into a washing machine or a piece of furniture when she grows up. Number 7, I want to be a sofa when I grow up. Olympia is a 17-year-old drag queen who is addicted to being furniture. She loves pretending to be different pieces of furniture. Her obsession started when someone accidentally sat on her at the age of 11. Nova, her partner, is okay with her obsession, but wants her partner to come clean about it. At one point, she put her leg at risk when she posed as a washing machine for 3 hours straight. At times, she'll be chilling in the house holding a lampshade above her head. Other times, she'll be there spinning her hands like a fan. In a day, she tries to become at least 37 different types of furniture. At the end of the show, after confessing her addiction, she evolved into an end table. Just when you thought you've seen the most insane obsessions people could ever have, we have a couple more that are even more unbelievable. I mean, what could possibly be worse than someone who wants to become a sofa?
I know.
Find out next. Most drink addictions are from alcoholic beverages.
Want to be furnished,
Carrie's
be
addiction
furnished.
isn't like any other. She chose her
What you wanna be?
poison.
Huh.
Watch
What you
her
wanna be?
unbelievable
Yo,
story up next. Number 8, urine addiction. Carrie is a 53-year-old ordinary woman from Colorado. Only that she isn't so ordinary. She is addicted to drinking her urine. She even chugs it as though it was beer. Yuck!
You okay?
This started 4 years ago when she had her first glass of urine in the morning. She didn't vomit or
Hold on, wait.
Instead,
Yes.
she enjoyed
Why you
it.
think I did
She says
that?
her urine tastes different every time depending on what she eats.
I
Sometimes
didn't
it
even hear
tastes like
what was
champagne.
going on.
That's
She
according to
addicted
her.
to drinking
Other than just
her
drinking,
piss.
she uses her urine for other things too. She will
Said it
pour
tastes
urine
different
into
every
her
time,
lungs.
depending on
She
what she
drinks it
eats.
through her nose and even bathes in it. Carrie believes drinking about 5 glasses of warm urine every day will cure her of
I can
cancer.
accept
This
everybody
is a
else, but she
traditional
just sick.
therapy that was used centuries ago to treat different
Yeah.
diseases. When she finally went to the hospital, the
So
doctor
you
advised
saying
her to
the lady
discontinue
eating
with her
her
drinking
husband
addiction.
ass?
But
That's
Carrie, being as
wrong,
stubborn as
too.
she is, refused
I
to
forgot
listen,
that bit.
believing that if she stopped drinking it,
But
she would die.
everything else I
Most
do
people's
with
addictions are from
washing
alcoholic
machine, I
beverages.
can do it.
Never in a million years would anyone think urine would have the same effect. Yuck! More drinking problems coming right up. This one was so shocking, doctors can't believe she's still alive. Number 9, drunk on gas. Shannon is a 20-year-old student who has recently admitted to being addicted to gasoline.
I had
Just in
gas
case
here,
you're
you a drink
wondering, it's the
gasoline.
same gasoline that fuels cars. This madness started a few years ago when she first sniffed it. Since then, she now tastes the gas from her fingers and takes regular doses of it. In a day, she would consume about 12
She be
teaspoons
high.
of gasoline. She says it
How
has a
many
tingly,
gal-
sweet and sour taste. At first, her mom didn't believe her. I mean, who would? It was up until she smelt it in her daughter's breath that she knew Shannon has a big problem. The family intervened and she agreed to seek medical help. The first stop was at the doctor's to get a checkup. She found out her liver was enlarged and her nervous tissues were damaged. Number 10. Cat hair. Lisa is a 44-year-old lady from Detroit who is addicted to eating cat fur. She explains the experience to being relaxing and comforting.
Yeah,
It
but
almost
keep
feels
far
like
away
eating
from her.
candy, and when it gets stuck in her teeth, she simply removes it and continues. The craziness began 15 years ago when she started eating the hair to get closer to her pets. Now, she can't go 2 hours without having a taste. In total, she has eaten close to 3,200 fur balls. Sometimes she grooms her cat with her tongue. Her cat would lie in her arms and she would lick it all over, just like any other cat would. Today, she says getting over this addiction will be impossible. She isn't ready to stop licking off her furry creatures. Talk about weird. If you're here, you must have enjoyed the video. We would really appreciate a thumbs up from you. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get more entertaining videos from us.
Oh,
My name is Natasha.
eyes on that.
I'm glad my addiction ain't that bad.
What addiction you have?
You? But y'all love your car, I can deal with it. Y'all want to be a washing machine, I can deal with it. But eating fur balls and drinking gasoline and drinking your own piss and eating your dead husband, spouse, relative, all that type of stuff.
I'm just speechless behind this, but I know it's more people in this world doing even more crazy things because it's just life for some people.
That's it.
Definitely sick. But who are we to judge these people?